What is up, YouTube? It's Nell here. How you guys doing today? So, in today's reading, we are going to see, will you be successful? This could be for anyone who's trying to achieve anything almost. We're not really going to get into the what you're trying to achieve. It's going to be more, will you achieve it? So, those people who are trying to start a job or a business venture, those people who are trying to get into maybe like a school or some sort of competition, anything of the sorts, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you are trying to succeed in, this is what this reading is for. Obviously, the only person who can actually see if you're successful or not will be you and your actions. This is kind of more just for fun and to see what we can get here. And yeah, hopefully it resonates. We'll see what it says. Let's see what the piles are. So in pile one, we have, oh my god, I dropped it. On pile one, we have the Ten of Pentacles. On pile two, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I can't pick these off the desk, so I have to like bring them to the edge first. But yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. On pile three, we have the Ten of Cups. So, pause the video if you have to, and the timestamps are down below. I do have to say that these readings are all for entertainment purposes only, and obviously it is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I will see you at your pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. See you there. What is up, pile 1? If you guys chose the Ten of Pentacles and this is your reading, so I did say in the intro, but in case people skipped it, this is for entertainment purposes only. Obviously, the only person who can determine whether you're successful or not is you. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. So I've already pre-pulled some tarot cards. We're going to see, will you be successful in whatever it is that you're asking about? And then I will pull some oracle cards on camera as well. So let's get into it. Let me clip on my mic. I would assume by the Ten of Pentacles that you guys are asking about career success or some sort of wealth that you're trying to build, or could even be some sort of business that you're trying to create or be a part of. But yeah, this is all about your career, your legacy, wealth and wealth. Why did I say wealth? Wealth and affluence. So this could also be some people in this pile could have chose this because they're trying to see if they're going to be successful with some sort of property or building a family, specifically like in the physical world, like, you know, house, home, family, that sort of stuff. So yeah, anyways, let's see. Will you be successful in whatever it is that you asked about? So we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, and the World. Alright, let me fix this. So it looks like you guys in this pile have had a really difficult transition trying to get into whatever this is. So if it's like a new job or having your own business or creating like a life, a house, home, a family, or whatever it is, it's just been a really hard transition. I think you guys have been trying, or at least thinking of trying, but for whatever reason you feel trapped and held back with the Six of Swords here. It's not really like clear. It's not really easy for you for whatever reason. This could be because of whatever environment that you're living in. So this could be your actual house and home that you live in now, or the environment that you're in now. So say, for example, like the city or the town that you live in with the Four of Wands in reverse here. There's just some sort of conflicting energy here in regards to the environment in which you're in that conflicts to why this is so hard for you to do, to be successful in. I think some people in this pile might be held back with the Ten of Cups in reverse here by some, it could be some family relations. But the Ten of Cups in reverse is kind of like the card of the broken house and the broken home when it's in reverse. But definitely just unfulfillment, really depressed, not happy. If it's not because of like house and home and family right now, it could even be because of things that happened when you were younger, as a child, perhaps, with that card. But yeah, for whatever reason, this is causing you to have a really difficult time transitioning into whatever this is that you're trying to be successful doing. This is interesting. So I think you guys can be successful in whatever this is. But the thing is, it's going to be hard to achieve. I don't think I'm telling you anything new. And I don't mean to like burst anyone's bubbles or anything when I say that. I'm just reading what I see. Obviously, you're in charge of whether or not you can make this work. But the reason I say what I said was because I just feel like there's a lot working against you. And it's things that are kind of outside your control with the Four of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. It just feels like there's a lot of conflicting energies, and it could be a lot of outside people as well, or outside energies as well, that's causing this. But a lot of like conflict and chaos kind of feeling here. That's making it really hard for you to be able to just pivot to this thing that you're trying to do and be successful in. I really get the sense that this pile is being held back by other people. And I'm not saying, don't take, you know, accountability for your own actions and stuff. Obviously, you do have to do that, but I really do get the vibe that it is other people who are kind of holding you back and keeping you small in this pile. I don't understand why they're doing this. They might not intentionally be doing this, but for whatever reason, I wonder if they don't agree with what you're doing. If it is other people, especially if it's family members, they might not agree or want you to do this thing that you want to be successful in, whether they just don't think it's like, I don't know, it's just not what the tried and true way, and that's why they're just like, you don't do that, you do this instead, and just kind of like that causes the friction there, causing it hard for you to actually achieve this thing, because you're constantly having to battle these other people and their opinions and in their limiting beliefs and self-limiting beliefs on what you can succeed. It feels like that kind of energy. For other people, it could be if it's not like your parents who are kind of giving you this energy, or other family members, other important family members who are giving you this energy. It could even be in your own marriage, in your own house and home right now, for whatever reason. Some people might be kind of like in between house and home. Like maybe you don't have an actual physical address for some people in this pile, and that's what's making this hard to succeed with whatever it is that you're trying to do. Or if you do have an actual address, it could just be that it's not very, something about it just isn't very sturdy or secure. Maybe you're kind of like renting a room instead of having your own place, and that is what makes it a little bit harder, because you kind of have to like put up with everything else around you in your environment, because it's like not your own house. You know what I mean? You can't really call the shots because you're like living in someone else's house. That sort of vibe. For some people in this pile, that could be the reason why. Yeah, some people, like I said, could be having problems within marriage, maybe like whatever it is that you're trying to do or succeed in, if you are married or have a partner of some sort, especially, or it could even be like a roommate, somebody that you live with, or if you live with a landlord or something about this conflicts. There's conflicting interests here. It's kind of giving me the vibe. I saw this like yoga teacher online, and she was obviously doing yoga and like teaching yoga and stuff like that. But one of the things that she was doing was she was like it was like, maybe it's not yoga, it was like working out or something. Anyways, one of the things she was doing was like jumping. It was like really noisy and stuff, and it's like my first thought was, oh well, clearly she has her own house or something, or else she wouldn't be able to do that. If you're renting, you can't just like make money doing this yoga class and like jumping around and making so much noise, because the people underneath you would complain, and like then you get in trouble with your leasing office and all that stuff. That's the vibe it's giving. It's giving like, I can't succeed at this because of there's other people holding me back, or there's things in my environment which are making it really difficult for me to succeed. For some people in this pile, if it's not like the actual family members, they don't have to be living with you. I mean, if they are living with you, then that's 100% why you're not succeeding. But if it's not the family members that you grew up with or whatever, and it's not like a marriage or something like that, and it's not your actual physical house, home, or environment that you're living in, it could be the actual place that you're trying to do this. So say you're trying to succeed on in a certain business in the middle of like nowhere and there's like no need for that business in that area. That might be why you're not succeeding, is because the actual location and geography of wherever you're doing this. So for example, if you're living right now in a small town and you're trying to succeed in something that is like, I don't know, I always go to social media because I have no idea what to use for example. I'm so sorry, but literally any example where you don't really have opportunities there because it's such a small town. It's like people there might kind of judge you for doing for vlogging or doing social media, because like they just don't do that around there. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a lot different than if you tried to succeed in a place like LA, where you're gonna have a lot of opportunities, a lot of people are gonna support you, and a lot of people are gonna understand what you're doing there because it's normalized there. So that's the vibe I'm getting here. Obviously, that's just an example. If this is resonating, you're gonna have to take out and put it into context with what you're trying to do. But yeah, for some people, it's definitely like where you're living and compared to what you're trying to succeed in, it's not working for some reason. For some people, this could be, if it's not like your actual physical environment, it could be like a platform or something that you're trying to do it on. So like say you have an online store, maybe it's the actual storefront there. Something about the storefront or like the online part of it could be the reason why you're not succeeding. If you're trying to be, once again, the content creator example, I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, but like if you're trying to succeed doing something on social media, perhaps you're like trying to do it on, I don't know, Instagram, where It's not giving you the likes, the views, whatever. But if you traded Instagram for YouTube or for TikTok, perhaps like that's where you would succeed. There's like a transient energy here where it's because of the environment that you're trying to do it on, do it in, succeed in, or the people around you, or like the actual physical environment around you. This has to be fixed before you can succeed. I'm not saying to stop trying to do it, because I do think you are building. I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles energy, so I do think you are building here. I'm sure you guys know what the Seven of Pentacles look like, but yeah, I'm sure you are actually building here and working on it and investing into this thing, whether it be actual money you're investing or time, effort, energy. But it just can't truly succeed while these other things are holding you back for whatever reason. I can't pinpoint it because I think it's going to be different for so many people. But yeah, this is what you're doing now, and what you want to get to is this. And I don't think you've reaped many rewards from this, which is why you're probably on this reading, because you haven't really seen much from all the effort that you put in, or all the time that you put in, or all the money that you put into it. You haven't really seen the rewards back, and you want it to get into something like this where you can just be financially stable, where you can be safe, secure, and not have to worry about it. But it just is, there's other people here who are really who are making this really hard for you to transition into this other thing. They're making it really hard. So for some people, this might be just something where you can succeed if you move to a different location. You can succeed if you try a different platform. You can succeed if you either talk it out with your family members, or I don't know, cut them off. I hate to say that, but like, you know what I mean? If it's really that deep, like maybe, like you're gonna have to figure out how you want to go about this. But yeah, you can succeed if you can get out of your current housing situation, because for whatever reason that's making it so that you can't do as much as you should be able to do. It could be too, if it's not your actual physical house location, like if you're not like, I don't know, your business isn't in like your actual house, or like your house and home isn't part of whatever this is, then it could be like where your physical storefront is located, or something about the physical store itself. There's something about that that's like not working in your favor. Yeah. So that's a long story short, is that yes, you can succeed, but with the world here, it's like you have to finish up some cycles first. For some people, it's going to be with family, with marriage, with finishing up a housing cycle here, trying to get like a new place to live, or trying to fix something within your housing cycle, trying to fix your platform, whatever platform you're on, trying to fix whatever area you're doing this in. It's like you're not in the right place, or you're not with the right people to do this. But yeah, I do see with the World and the Ten of Pentacles that if you keep at it and you kind of are more strategic with who you let into this dream, who you let into this goal, where you're doing it physically, where you're doing it, where you're trying to achieve this goal or this dream or this career, whatever this is, I think that you will succeed. I just think that you need to fix some loose ends first. And if this is resonating, it's going to resonate. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. However you fix those is up to you. But yeah, I do see that there's definitely the potential with the World to succeed, because that is a successful accomplishment. It's successfully coming to an end here, especially if you do have something where you would be seen or by other people, or if you would have other people like buying your stuff from around the world or something like that. That's a really good sign with the World card here. I do think you guys will succeed, but you need to work on some of this other stuff first. So whether or not it's worth the fight, I don't know. You're gonna have to decide, but there's just really a lot of stuff here that isn't like you. It's in regards to you, but it's not quite you that's stopping this. It's a lot of outside influences. So I hope that helped. Let's get one oracle card and see, will you guys be successful in pile one? So we got, sorry if you can hear all the noise in the background, the womb. Yeah, so this is all about creating. This is all about things being fertilized, coming to life, if you will. Yeah, for right now, I think you guys are in this stage. You're in the very beginning stages, or if you have been putting a lot of time, effort, energy, money, whatever it may be in this thing, then it just hasn't, for whatever reason, it hasn't grew. It's not growing. It's not being nurtured properly. It needs to grow into something bigger. It needs to be brought to life somehow. So for some people, this might just be more time put into it, but for others, I do think that you're gonna have to look at your environment and your surroundings, and really like see where you're getting these blocks, because I do think it's going to involve some other people or some other environmental situations where once you figure that out, this will be a smooth transition into something good, because the womb is the life giver, you know what I mean? It is the creator. It is something that is abundant, nurturing. It is going to blossom into something big and good, but you have to kind of water it or fertilize it correctly. So anyways, hope that helped you guys in pile 1. Anyways, I will see you in the next reading. Bye guys. What is up, pile 2? So we're going to figure out whether you guys will be successful in whatever you're asking. So if you chose the Wheel of Fortune, then this is your reading. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And obviously I do have to say, for legal purposes, that this is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, only you can decide whether you'll be successful with something, not pick a card reading on YouTube, but it's still fun. Anyways, let's get into the tarot cards. So I've pre-pulled these cards for you to see whether you will be successful. And on camera, I will also pull some oracle cards just to get a little bit deeper into it. But let's check out your tarot cards and see what they say. Right off the bat, though, with the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, you guys chose this. I'm getting the vibes that you might be asking about just some sort of great opportunity. Like, this is something that not a lot of people get all the time. Some people in this pile may have literally been asking about whether they're gonna win something. Like, if you asked to win the lottery, like, I could totally see you picking this pile, because this is the vibes it gives, but it doesn't have to necessarily be that specific question. This is just like there's just such an amazing opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity, that you guys are trying to get or to achieve or to be successful in. Or it's like you almost have to be lucky to get this, in a way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there isn't hard work and stuff, but this is giving opportunity dances with those who are already on the dance floor. So I feel like you guys are kind of going for something that is not something a lot of people would chase or try to obtain or achieve. So let's get into it and see if you guys can actually be successful in this. So your tarot cards are... I'm also getting like social media, if you've been trying to do that, content creator and entrepreneurship. If you're trying to do anything with like fame, that would make you like famous or seen in some way, shape, or form, Wheel of Fortune, then yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting here. Anyways, so we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. We have the Magician in reverse. We have the 6 of Cups. And the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, let me fix this. It's interesting. You guys in this pile are asking if you're going to be successful in this, but I feel like you already have given up on it. Maybe if you haven't physically given up on it, it feels like you've emotionally given up on it. You kind of checked out. That's the vibe I'm getting here. The 8 of Presents in reverse, or sorry, the 8 of, I'm calling it the 8 of Presents because the other tarot deck calls it that. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse and the Magician in reverse tells me that a lot of you guys have some unused skills, unused talents. There's something that you guys can do that other people can't, but you're not taking advantage of it for whatever reason. Or if you are trying to, if you do have a skill set and you have been trying to make something of it with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, but you haven't seen any progress, there's something here where you're just not utilizing everything that you could be utilizing. And I'm not saying that like, you know, blaming anyone because they haven't succeeded in something, but there's just something here where it's just like there's a lack of information, or there's like a huge miscommunication with the Magician in reverse, or there's some sort of illusion that you don't realize. There's something behind the scenes here that you don't realize is happening, which is why other people are succeeding, but you're not. There's like something here that you're not really connected with that you should be if you want to succeed in this. Yeah, so how that is going to look for everybody is going to be different, but yeah, some people just aren't even trying, though, in this pile, which is interesting. It's like you've already given up on it. 3 of Wands in reverse. You're not going to move forward with it. I wonder if you tried it in the past with the 6 of Cups, because the 6 of Cups is a card of the past. I wonder if you tried it in the past and you failed, or it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, or just something happened where it was, like, super disheartening, and that's why you have kind of given up on it a little bit. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, like, I do have more I'm going to read here, but like, you're not going to be successful in this if you don't put in the proper time, effort, energy, and even if you are putting in the time and energy, but you're doing sloppy work, or you're doing work that doesn't need to be done for some people in this pile are doing things that doesn't need to be done for this, which is really strange.
then yeah, no, you're not going to succeed because you're not doing it right. That sounds rude, but I'm not trying to be rude. I'll give you some examples in a minute. Hold on. Let me finish this up. But yeah, I'm just seeing what I see. Yeah, there's just something here like you have all the tools to succeed with the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles. You have the skills to succeed, but it's like some of you are just doing a really crappy job, or you're not doing a good enough job at something, and that's why you're not gonna succeed or progress or move forward, is because you're not doing a good enough job. And I'm not saying that like you're not good enough. I'm saying that like some of you are like have already written yourself off, or have already written this off for you. Like you might be actually still trying to achieve it, but you in your heart of hearts don't actually believe you can, which is why you're doing this kind of subpar work, or you're doing this work that you don't need to do. It's really weird. I feel like you guys in this pile lack self-confidence. Some of you guys. Other people in this pile, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of you guys in this pile, your work is not good enough, or whatever you're trying to do is not good enough. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just that there's some information here missing that you don't see, or that you haven't looked into, or that you're not utilizing. There's some resources you're not utilizing. There's some tools that you're not utilizing here, which makes your work subpar, once again in quotes, to other people who are trying to get this, or not as good as other people who are trying to get this. Some of you guys in this pile are putting so much time, effort, energy, maybe even money into this, but you're not putting it in the right place. Yeah, and that's why you're not seeing the progress. And other people in this pile are just totally not utilizing skills that they have, that they should be utilizing. Some people in this pile are trying to succeed at one thing, where it's like this whole other thing over here is where your opportunities lie. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to, I don't even know. I can't think of an example now. But you're trying to do this one thing over here, and you've been putting a lot of time, effort, energy into it, but it's just like, but you're really good at this other thing. Why don't you try this other thing? Not many people do this other thing. That's where you would succeed. Yeah. So the example that comes to mind, I'm always using social media examples because it's like, you know, the ones that I know the best, but obviously make it and twist it into like what you're doing in your situation. The example that comes to mind is, I remember when people back in the day used to try to be streamers on Twitch, and what they would do is they would go live over and over and over again on Twitch, and they wouldn't cross platform whatsoever. Like they would just go live time and time again. And back in the day, like way back in the day when Twitch first started, that worked. But this is even like 5 years ago that people were doing it, and this was like such an old tactic that was never going to work for them. So even though they were putting in time, effort, energy into their stream, and a lot of them were hustling hard, trying to get seen, they were still only averaging like a couple viewers. And it was because what they didn't know over here is that the algorithm was never going to promote them, because Twitch doesn't have an algorithm like that, right? So how do you get seen on Twitch? I mean, I don't know, I'm not a Twitch streamer, but from what I've seen is that the way that you have to get seen on Twitch is to promote on other platforms. So like TikTok, YouTube, I don't know if people do it on Instagram, but you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? You have to promote on other platforms and then get people to your stream. But back in the day, people didn't know that. So they would put all this time, effort, energy into the stream over and over again. Some of these people streams for years, for hours and hours and hours, for years, only to a couple of viewers, because they truly believed that was the only way that they could achieve this thing. But they were never going to be successful doing that, because the Twitch algorithm literally doesn't show new viewers. It only shows the most prominent viewers first. And why would anyone scroll down to the bottom to see some of these other I keep saying viewers, well, it only shows the most prominent streamers first. And why would anybody scroll all the way down to the bottom to the Twitch homepage to see some of the other streamers who don't have like any followers or any subscribers or not? They're not going to do that, because they can get what they need right at the top of the Twitch homepage. That's the vibe this is giving. So the reason that those people didn't grow, the reason that those people didn't succeed, is because they were not putting their time, effort, energy into the right place. So once again, that's the vibe I'm getting. You're gonna have to make it fit for what you're trying to do, but it's just like some of you guys are putting a lot of time, effort, energy into the wrong place, and that's why it's not working out. And with the Magician in reverse, I'm not like blaming you at all, because this is information that wasn't widely known back in the day. You know, nowadays, yeah, of course it is. People have come forward and been honest and open about it, but back in the day, it was kind of like a big illusion. That's what the Magician in reverse is. It's an illusion, something where you don't know certain information, or something's kept behind the scenes, or sometimes even people are being like outright deceitful about how to do stuff, and that's why you don't realize what you're doing isn't working. So I hope that helped. Yeah, it's not saying in this example, once again, it's not saying that those people didn't have what it takes to be seen or to be full-time Twitch streamers. I almost said strip stream. Can I talk? Full-time Twitch streamers. It's just saying that they weren't putting the time, effort, energy into it correctly, and it's not really their fault. Like, nobody really knew unless you knew somebody. You know what I mean? That's the vibe it's giving for some of you in this pile. I just think that you have to uncover some more information, look at some more analytics, look at some more details of the situation, and really figure out why you're not getting anywhere. And for some people, if you're trying to, like, I don't know, be famous or like be in a certain career field with the Wheel of Fortune where it's like super competitive, there just might be some things that you don't know, and I know you don't want to hear that, but yeah, it might just be like insider information. And if you can figure out a way to like get to know people and like figure this out, then good for you. But it just seems like you don't really have access to some of the stuff that you need in order to get further to where you want to go here. So that's just one example. Like I said in the beginning, some people in this pile just aren't even utilizing certain talents that they have. So you might be actually putting in the time, effort, energy, but perhaps what you're doing is exactly what 50 other people are doing. And the crazy part about this is the reason why you're not succeeding is because you're kind of following the same blueprint that everybody else is doing. When in reality, you have like this skill set you could be putting on, this skill set you could be putting on. It doesn't say you have to do something you don't want to do. It's saying that some people in this pile with the Magician in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, you have things that you're really good at that you actually enjoy doing that are really fun and people would actually like watching, but for whatever reason, you've either told yourself that you can't succeed with that certain thing, or you have failed in the past and that's why you don't want to try it again, or maybe you just don't realize how invaluable of a talent or a skill set this is. But yeah, there's some people in this pile who just aren't utilizing their skill set. Or if you are trying to utilize it, you're not translating it into actual like money if you're trying to make money off of it. So, and then we have the whole other group of people who've just kind of like written themselves off anyways and aren't doing like subpar work. I used to do this on my old YouTube channel. I kind of like still, but anyways, yeah, like I would like put in the work and the energy and the time and stuff, but then I would just kind of be like, oh, whatever, this is a good enough thumbnail. It's stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's sloppy work, and I don't like mean that to be mean. I'm talking about myself too, but sometimes that is the way that this can translate. It's like, it kind of has to be better. It's because this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm not saying it really is, like, obviously other people have probably achieved it, but it's not something that everybody gets to do. You know what I mean? It's not something that's commonly seen for some of you guys in this pile that you're trying to succeed in. So you can't really have these little things that you might be able to get away with in other fields or in other things that you're trying to do. In this specific thing that you're trying to succeed in, it's like you can't make the same mistakes. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting for some people in this pile. And then finally for others, if you're not asking about anything that I've already talked about before, I do see some other stuff here. The Three of Wands in reverse, some people might not be able to succeed in this because of you're supposed to travel, and for whatever reason the travel gets canceled. With the Three of Wands in reverse here, that could definitely be something going on here. There could be like documents or something, like miscommunication with documents or mishandling of some sort of information that makes it so that you can't travel to certain places, or maybe you can't afford to travel to certain places that you would need to be able to succeed in this certain thing. I'm not sure about that. And then if this is about like a relationship or something that some people are talking about or asking about, then this could be because of there could be children involved, which is causing you to not be able to succeed in this, which, you know, sounds bad, but like, you know what I mean? Like there could be something here with children, which is like kind of holding you back from whatever this is, whether it's your children or say you're trying to, I don't know, get with someone else and they have children or something and that's like a deal breaker. I don't know, but it's like you can't move forward because there's children involved. For some people that might be a reason why this hasn't been working out for you. And then lastly, the last thing I see here for some people is that it could just be something in the past that you find out about or are going to find out about that is the reason why you aren't succeeding in this thing. This person could have, if it does involve another person, there could be like deceit involved, some sort of lies involved. There could be people who have blatantly tried to, what do you call that? I keep thinking the wrong word, and I'm like, why is that the word I'm thinking about? They could have tried to sabotage you. There you go. That's the word I'm thinking of. There could be people in the past who tried to sabotage you, which caused this to not move forward with the Magician in the reverse and Three of Wands in reverse. But if you're like this part of it, I don't think most people this is that. Like I think most people it's the first couple parts that I spoke on, which is why I went over them so much. But for some people, for a couple people, if this is resonating, if you have suspected that there's other people involved who have like stopped this from working for you, it definitely could be. 100% could be what happened, especially if it happened in the past or you think it happened a little bit ago with the Six of Cups. All right, that's all I'm going to say here. I mean, there could be so many different questions here, but I think the first parts that I went over the most were the ones that probably pertain to most people. But anyways, all right, let's see, pile 2. It's not saying that you won't succeed. I just think most people in this pile, I think you're chasing the wrong thing, to be honest. It's what it feels like. I think there is obviously opportunities and stuff that you can succeed in. I just think that it's not going to be this specific one. Or if it is this specific one, I think you have to just like change tactics, change gears, something along those lines. So yeah, take it as it resonates. And obviously it's generating. So yeah. All right. Is pile 2? Oh, okay. That flew out. Is pile 2 going to succeed? Yeah, so apocalypsis is all about, we have Thanatos at the back of the deck, which is about death and endings. Yeah, I think something needs to end here. Whether it's like you trying to go this route because there's a different route for you, or whether it's you have to change the way you do things or change where you put your time, your energy, and your money into. Just something here like that needs to change. But apocalypsis is the truth being revealed. I'll show you what it says in the book. It literally says removing the veil of deception. So I think that there's just something here that is kind of like, there's an illusion here. For some reason, there's an illusion with this, whether it's just like you don't really understand 100% what's going on and that's why you're not succeeding. Once again, this isn't like blaming you. Sometimes this is like legit insider information, especially if it is these opportunities that are super, you know, everybody wants them. But for some people, this could be other people literally throwing them off track, sabotaging them, being deceptive in some way, which is why this isn't working. But once again, that's only going to be if you already thought that there was people who had done this sort of thing, because this would have happened in the past, like way in the past with the Six of Cups. But yeah, it talks about a painful time. It talks about an ending, lifting the veil. You find out a truth. It's like that saying, first the truth hurts and then it's going to set you free. That's 100% what's going on here. Yeah, so, and then from that, it's the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the truth. So, yeah, I think that there's just a little misguidedness here. And for some people, you know, it's an innocent misguiding. And for others, there might be some deeper, more conniving stuff involved. But, and also, the valve flew out. I don't know why this flew out, but definitely check to see if this is about another person. Definitely check to see if they're married. I'm just saying. Because, like, what is this? Because if there's other people involved in this that you're trying to succeed in, especially if it's like a romantic thing that you're asking about, I don't really like that, because there's some deceit here, some things that people are hiding. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I see for you guys in pile 2. Hope you guys like that reading. Let me know down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. What is up, pile 3? If you guys chose this 10 of Cups, and this is your reading. So we're going to see if you're going to be successful in whatever it is that you were inquiring about. So I do have to say legally that this is all for entertainment purposes only. And obviously it is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave it doesn't. Nobody can tell if you're going to be successful with something but you. But yeah, I've already pre-pulled some tarot cards, so we'll see what they say. And then on camera, we'll pull some oracle cards and see if you guys will be successful in whatever it is that you're asking about. So I did with a 10 of Cups. I'm assuming that people in this pile are asking about some sort of happily ever after. So some people in this pile might be asking about, you know, relationships, love, family of some sort. Could be talking about happily ever after and the ultimate fulfillment in terms of career, job, things like that. If it was a career and job, it'd be like something that you dreamed of having with this cup. Wow, I'm reading the bottom with this with this card. But yeah, I can see a lot of people in this pile might be asking about more emotional fulfillment than anything, but you know, it could definitely tie into some financial or career or physical things as well. So let's get into it and see what the tarot cards say. But it seems like, it seems like you guys in this pile are just asking about if your dream is going to come true, your happily ever after. However that seems for you, we'll see. Okay, hold on, let me fix this. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, the Nine of Cups. So much Cups energy. I love this. You guys are the emotional pile. The Five of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I think you guys in this pile are super happy with something right now with the Nine of Cups. It could definitely be a relationship for a lot of people in this pile. But yeah, it seems like you guys have some sort of offer with the Nine of Cups here. Some sort of fulfillment. It could be a creational thing, a creative thing, a creative endeavor, or just something that's super close to your heart with the Knight of Cups here. But yeah, you're like super happy with something at the moment with the Nine of Cups, but you're afraid that it's not going to work out with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Pentacles, it seems. I think you guys in this pile are used to getting your hopes up and then kind of like, you know, feeling abandoned or feeling left without because of it. Yeah, I think you guys are scared of wasting your time with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. It feels like for you guys, whatever this is so close to your heart, and that's why this would hit a lot more if you weren't successful or if it didn't work out. I'm gonna be straight up with people in this pile. I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket. I think that, and I know I said this in the beginning, but I truly see this in this pile, that I think whether or not you guys are successful this is like a maybe. I don't know how else to tell you guys this. This is a maybe, which is so interesting to me because you're the first pile that got this. But I just don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket. So if this is something that you're trying to achieve, like a creative endeavor or like something close to your heart where you're trying to make money off of it, especially, I would just say make sure you diversify, make sure you have a backup plan, make sure you have savings involved, because the Seven of Pentacles could be investment falling through, it could be something being a waste of your time, and the Five of Pentacles could be somebody left without something, but you still have the Nine of Cups here, which is like you're super happy about it. So it feels like I don't think it's going to be as successful as you originally thought it would be with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. But I still think you're going to find a lot of emotional fulfillment in this. And this is not saying if it is something where you're trying to make money off of it, especially like a creative endeavor, it's not saying that you're going to be left completely without anything. I just don't think you should go full throttle, like 100,000% here. Don't think that you should just put your time, all your time, effort, energy into this one thing, because I do think there will be some troubles here with the Five of Pentacles, but I don't think they're going to be anything that's too catastrophic unless you had everything in on this one thing. You know what I mean? I think in the end of it, you guys are going to be super happy, and I think you are going to get what you wanted, because the Nine of Cups is the manifestation card, like the Make-A-Wish card, my wish came true. So I do think you guys are going to get what you wanted, but I just think there is going to be a couple curveballs thrown at you, and I know this is so annoying, but I'm so sorry. This is what I see. I didn't expect this because the other ones were so clear, yes or no. This one is definitely a maybe. It's definitely maybe. It's like you are going to get what you want. You are going to be successful in what you want, but not in the way you thought you would, or not with who you thought it was going to be with. Or not with the first thing that you try or the first person that you try it with. I just think you guys in this pile are so I don't want to say emotional, that sounds bad, but like you're very in tune with your emotions. You're very wearing your heart on your sleeve kind of thing. Maybe you're just like super creative, and it's just like things that you create, or like your baby of some sort or something like that. Or some people in this pile might be trying to conceive. Actually, now I'm looking at all these cards too. I just would say that to protect yourself in the ways you need to protect yourself. So if that's financially, you know, having savings, having a backup plan, things like that, just make sure you're being smart about this. If this is one person that you are seeing, or that you're just like, you know, gung-ho with, and you want this to be your happily ever after with this one person, I just think that there might be some things that you need to be aware of with this person. Obviously it's a general reading, so I can't get down to the nitty-gritty of everybody, but I just feel like I don't want you to be left without because you put all your trust into the wrong person. I don't want you to be left without because you put all your money into the wrong thing. It just feels like you guys are very nice people. You guys are very true people, honest people, and I feel like there might be some others involved in this situation that are not, and they will take advantage of that. So yeah, I think it really depends on you. It really depends on you. I don't think you're gonna be successful from A to B the way you think it is. So especially if you're asking about a relationship or something, I don't see that. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be this person that you're thinking of. I don't think it's going to be, if it is that specific person, I don't think it's going to be this timeline that you're thinking of. I think there's going to be some trials and tribulations along the way, which kind of might cause some hiccups here for you. You might feel a little bit abandoned along the way with the Five of Pentacles. You might be feeling a little bit left without along the way with the Five of Pentacles. But eventually you will get this Nine of Cups and you're happily ever after. I just think that there's going to be some you're thinking it's from point A to point B, when in reality it's going to go from like point A to point C to point D to like to the finish line. So it's kind of a journey in this pile. So maybe overall, I do think you guys are going to be successful, because the Nine of Cups is, you got what you wanted. I just think it's gonna, I think you're manifesting something, but it's gonna come in different. Like, I think that I don't know how to say it. It's gonna come in different. You are gonna get what you want. You are gonna get your happily ever after. You are gonna be happy. You are gonna be successful in this, but it's not going to look how you wanted it to. And at first, that might, when these hiccups happen, that might be very disappointing. It might be you might be kind of hurt, you might be sad, whatever it is. You got to feel what you need to feel when this happens. But at the end of it all, you're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I wanted that person to begin with. I can't believe I wanted that to begin with, because this is everything that I ever wanted. Like, this is happiness. So yes, you are going to be successful, but it's going to be a little bit of a ride. It's not going to be what you expected, especially if there's finances here, financial things, especially if you guys are like trying to be entrepreneurs, or something to do with your creative arts and like making money off of it or monetizing it in some way. Just be careful, because if Five of Pentacles is somebody who's kind of left without having some struggles financially, for sure. So just be very careful of that. And I just don't want you to get too attached to a certain person too, if you're asking about other people involved, whether it's like love relationships or romantic relationships. That's the same thing. I meant romantic relationships or friendships or even family members or something. I just don't want them to let you down, because it seems like something that you're trying to do might kind of end up being a waste of your time. And I know that sounds scary, but once again, I wouldn't just say this, believe me, there was another pile where I just downright was like, yeah, when I say it's a waste of your time, I just mean that it's not the, how do I phrase this? Nothing is actually wasted. So this one thing might be a waste of your time, but something else good is going to come from it. And I wouldn't just say that if I didn't believe that. The Nine of Cups, like I said, I do think you're going to have your happily ever after. I do think you're going to be super, super content, blissful, peace, satisfaction here with whatever it is. So at the end of the day, you are going to be successful, but it's not going to be what you're asking about right now, which I laugh because I can see through, this other stuff. But I do think there might be a couple things that you try to do that kind of don't work out the way you thought they would. And it might seem like a waste of your time. It might seem like you failed even with the Five of Pentacles. It might even seem, you might even feel a little bit abandoned or left without the Five of Pentacles. But at the end of the day, the Nine of Cups, like, something better is coming in, but it's just not the way you wanted it to or expected it to or thought that it would look like. So I think that's all I'm going to say on this one. Your guys' pile is a little bit shorter than everybody else's. I do think that a lot of people in this pile are probably asking about a person or a relationship of some sort, and I just want you to keep your eyes open, because the Five of Pentacles could mean that they kind of let you down or abandoned you in some way, shape, or form. Once again, it's a general reading, so I'm just reading what I see, but just keep your eyes peeled. It doesn't mean that it's like the end all be all for this relationship or the end all be all with this person, or that if you are trying to put your heart and soul into something and you come across some financial troubles, it doesn't mean it's going to be the end all be all with this endeavor, because I definitely don't think it is. I definitely think that you guys are going to get this happily ever after, this Nine of Cups, this peace, this contentment. Your manifestation is going to be, you're going to be, whatever you manifest is going to come in. I just think that you're looking in the wrong place for some people. I think that you have a couple of things that you need to learn first, maybe about this thing or about this person. There's just going to be a little bit of a climb up and down before you can get to where you need to go. I literally didn't even know this was here. The fucking mountain. This is what I was feeling. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a climb. That was crazy. The reason why I noticed it was because it was flying out of my hand. All right, so let's see. Will pile 3 be successful? You are going to be successful. You are going to be the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. It's just going to look so different than what you thought it would. But at the end of the day, when you get there, you're going to be like, this is everything I ever wanted, which is lovely. I love that. But just beware of people. And I don't mean to be like wary, but just keep your guard up. If you see signs of something, or if something's a red flag, or don't, put all your trust into one person. Don't give one person all your money. Don't waste all your money on one endeavor. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Just don't put your eggs all in one basket. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so will pile 3 be successful? That kind of flew out, but let's get one more. Will pile 3 be successful? So we have the flame in the comic. Look at this. You manifested this. This is the success you manifested. It's just the universe is going to give it to you in a different package. I laugh because it's like, I know people probably don't want to hear that, but it's true. You're going to be so happy. So freaking happy. It's going to happen. It's just going to look so different than what you wanted it to. And right now, hearing that, you might feel really down, but when it comes in, when what you're actually manifesting comes in the way it's supposed to come in, you're going to be like, wow, this is so much better. And then the comic. Yeah, this is really like, I think you will be successful. I just think you need to keep kind of like a lightheartedness about it. I'm not going to say it's not that serious because, you know, there's so much emotional cards here. Like, I just think you guys are such kind, nice, truthful people, creative people, honest people. I just don't want you to be taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. But I think if you just keep a good sense of humor about you, obviously feel what you need to feel and, you know, release anything you need to release. But it's only the end if you make it the end, and just make sure you check up on you and what you want to do and kind of like pivot where you need pivot. That's all. It kind of feels like a pivot pile. It's like, that's why it's maybe. It's because will you stop after one like road bump? Or will you keep going? And with the comic here, which is like the person who's just like lighthearted, funny, like whatever, it is what it is, you know what I mean? I do think that you guys will be successful. So yeah, I hope that helped for you guys in pile 3. Sorry that it was such a yes, no answer, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I see what I see. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye guys.